record you. We're now live. Hello, we're now live.
Can you even hear us?
I don't know, I think so.
Is the volume up?
I don't think it makes a difference really for the recording. Hello, Stereo 4. Hello, Shehnaz Patel. That's a nice name. Hello, Taurus Seed. Taurus Seed? I wonder what that means. Annie Maria. Hello, Annie Maria.
I'm looking for one of our regulars to come on.
McConaughey.
Oh, there's one of our
Emma
regulars.
Lerva. Hello, Adria50.
And
Nice to
there's
see you.
another
Hi,
regular.
Karen. Thanks for joining. Hope you've got some glass of chin chin or something.
I'm
if
having,
you're that way
I'm
inclined.
having water today, guys. I'm having water.
And he was on the lash again last night. Well, not really. He was out with some friends.
Actually
was
went
nice.
out today for
Hello, Biscuit Cal.
almost 4-hour walk.
Hello, Deeply Christian. And
Guys, can you give us thumbs up if you can hear us properly? Can you hear us fine? Because we've decided to sit
yes, we're
outside
having
today.
our first outside broadcast. There we go. You
So
see.
can you hear us fine?
Yes. Hi, Karen. You've got water too. Well, clearly she can hear
Perfect,
us fine.
Karen. Great.
She's answered the question there.
Perfect, thank you, hon. Yeah, so I went for almost 4-hour walk into town. We went to we walked to Knightsbridge, and Harrods was closed, and it was really strange. Walked down the King's Road.
These
down
all,
the
or if
Fulham
you're not from the
Road,
UK or London,
Kensington.
these are all landmarks.
It was wonderful, actually.
Lots of thumbs ups to your sound question.
Completely, thank you, thumbs up, people. It was completely exhausting, and Star walked for 4.5 hours. Completely exhausting, but really also equally energizing now that I've come home.
I think it's a rare opportunity because I think from tomorrow a lot of the shops are open again, right? So, it's been a terrible, terrible time.
Yeah.
But the quiet has been one of the few upsides, and that it's going to be finishing.
It's going to
soon,
be finishing,
unfortunately.
but I hope it finishes and stays finished. I hope that we don't come back to another lockdown.
Oh, let's
But
not
let's
focus
see.
on
Let's see. What's everyone been up to in the week? I wish I could actually hear you as well. I wish I could hear
We
you
had
more.
a fantastic drawing class with Makepeace, was it? On drawing class.
Masterclass.
Masterpiece. Masterpiece. Was
Master.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fantastic, actually. And it was towards the end of the day, and I just finished my day's work, and I went into the class, and it's reinvigorated me. I don't know if you guys did the class, but it was like going back to your childhood almost.
Yeah, if you haven't done it, do it. It's really good. It's on our IGTV.
Yeah.
So have a go at that.
How many times?
That was really lovely.
It was, yeah. I honestly, because the first exercise was to draw with your left hand.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was really interesting because we were told just anything you see around you. So nothing particularly fun or anything. Just I had a bottle on my desk.
Yeah.
And I was drawing the bottle with my left hand, and the thing was, it wasn't a particularly good drawing because it was with my non-dominant hand, but I was really happy with it. And what that taught me was about expectation.
Yeah.
Because I thought with my right hand, I would have expected myself to do something really quite good, right? And I would have been disappointed. But with my left hand, I thought, actually, this is really good. Because I had no expectations. But anyway, I really enjoyed the class. Especially then after that, we did the upside down thing as well.
Yeah. So that's a good lesson there is also not to, when you draw with your left hand, it's a reminder of how we might judge other people to do better, to do more. And drawing with your left hand reminds you kind of in a way that you have to let go of that, and everybody's doing their best. So don't judge them by the way you draw with your right hand. Just have less expectations of them.
Well, in fact, so Skin to Soul official.
Yeah.
I think learning about your own expectations is really important because often you can surprise yourself when you don't. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah.
There's a famous saying, right? Letting go of expectations is the road to peace. And I think sometimes either we set ourselves or other people set them for us, and we are disappointed when we don't meet them. When really, expectations is just an act of ego almost, and I think just letting go of those and let the cards fall where they may. There's a lot of power in that, I think, and that's what the drawing taught me. Was excellent. And also then a lot of people then shared their own drawings online as well, which was really good to see. And some of them were really quite good for non-dominant hand drawings. They were really, really very good. Did you see some of them?
Yeah, really good.
That was really good. We enjoyed that. Then I did my
hello, yoga girl.
And Gone Girl as well.
And Gone Girl. Oh,
yeah.
Hi, Gone Girl. How are you doing? How's everyone doing? It's really lovely to see you.
So we did my my pranayama as well on Tuesday and Thursday.
Which one are you moving to next?
I'm not sure yet. So I want to just nail Kapalabhati and really build it up, because we've done it quite slowly, and so we're going to sort of ramp that up a little bit for the next couple of weeks. And then I'll see whether to take it down or not, or whether I might just do a mixture of Nadi Shodhana and Kapalabhati, right? Just to so we get a bit of a rest and then a bit of energizing as well. The wind's picking up a little bit now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So next week.
I joined in Bittu's morning breathing sessions, and some lady said, "I can't concentrate with all the bickering."
Not bickering.
She did. She said
banter.
Was it banter?
I think so.
I don't think she said bickering.
I don't think so. We don't bicker.
Anyway, then I stopped. I was really enjoying it, and then I just stopped.
Well, do it again on Tuesday.
She did have a good point. I have to join in and not talk, and that's quite hard to do, really.
And so that was on Tuesday. Do we have a yoga tomorrow?
Yeah, we have yoga tomorrow, and on Wednesday we've got a cookery lesson.
Oh, yes.
The cookery lessons are great, and we've got a full meal this time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we'll try and put it on our site on Monday, so you can buy all the ingredients. And even if you can't follow it properly there, then you have it later. But the full meal, I'm so excited about that.
Well, that's interesting. Yes,
Yeah.
so if you're going to take part, they really won't be too. It's a vegetarian meal, right? So
Yeah.
So a lot of the herbs and spices you may well have in the house anyway. But do try and take part in that. That's going to be fantastic. We're looking forward to that. Last week we had a question on Panchkarma, right?
Yeah.
So my father did Panchkarma a couple of years ago
In India.
and it really was not good for him. And I think we forget that in the West we talk about detoxification, right, as something you do by having, and that's part of it, having a bath or having a herbal tea. That's part of it. But in Ayurveda, in Panchkarma, it's really something quite intense.
It's hardcore.
It's
a proper cleanse, and you have to be ready. And so in Panchkarma in India, what is Panchkarma? It's Panch, which is 5 in Hindi.
Like in Punjab.
And like in Punjab, Karma is 5 actions. And so those 5 actions are purifying actions. So you are releasing sweat, you're releasing stools, you're releasing blood. In India they take old bad blood as well.
Yeah.
You're vomiting.
Bloodletting,
and you're sweating. Now in the UK we don't do blood and we don't do the vomiting. Now, if you go to India, so why do you go to have Panchkarma? Because you are filled with toxins.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. You're filled with toxins and you need to release them. So why do you have toxins? What happens is, in the West, we will go to a doctor when we are really off sorts. Like, it's not just a niggling thing, because the NHS is under so much pressure, and in America you have to pay for healthcare, so you think twice before you'll claim anything big. And so what happens is you'll only see the doctor when you're at boiling point. Let's describe it as boiling point. Now let me explain boiling point. So what happens is many of us wake up feeling sluggish, and we take that to just be normal now. You don't wake up sprightly jumping out of bed. You're a little bit like, oh, I wish I could sleep for another half an hour. Now, that actually is a sign of something not being right in your body, because you are meant to wake up feeling ready for a day, like really excited. Maybe not excited, but actually looking forward to waking.
Well, prepared at least.
Prepared, because you had your rest, you've had your sleep, you've had a good sleep, you fed yourself well, you didn't eat too late, and now you're ready for a day.
And sleep detoxes you as well, right?
Sleep does detox you, but not if you put a tummy full of food.
No.
And your brain is working overtime. So that's the first sign. Think of it as you put some milk on a pan on the stove, and it's starting to gently simmer. That's your first stage. Now, if you ignore that stage and you say, well, everybody wakes up tired, that's fine, then it starts to bubble to the top. Now, that's when you get things like a cold, a flu, and you get things like I don't know, you might get some pains in your body, some joint pain. You may get a constant kind of, I don't know, it might be a ringing in your ear. It's something niggling, but not so bad that you can't still continue to ignore it.
Or see a doctor. You wouldn't see a doctor about it.
You wouldn't see a doctor. You think, oh, I can do without.
Yeah.
Now, if you ignore that stage, and by the way, you don't need to see a doctor at that stage. You need to see yourself. You need to examine your tongue, you need to examine your diet, you need to examine your thoughts. But if you ignore that stage, then what happens is the pan bubbles over. And now you have a serious chronic problem. And generally that's when we tend to go to the doctor with a chronic issue, because that bubbling over, because you've ignored it, now becomes arthritis.
Wow.
It now becomes kidney problems. It now becomes really bad knee pain.
Yeah,
It's almost,
even gout.
Even gout. It's you've got it to the point where it's almost irreversible because you've let the pan boil over. Now, why has the pan boiled over? Because your body is full of armor. What is armor? Armor is toxins. Why are those toxins there? Because you didn't eliminate stools every day. You didn't give your body enough nourishment every day. So what happens? They're there. They can't escape because your diet is such that they're not being able to expel through those different forms. Like when you have a cold, children do this a lot. They have a cold and they'll just take it back in.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, oh, I have a cold, that's a sign that I need to expel
yeah.
Toxins from my body. Oh, I'm sweating, that's a sign I need to expel toxins. So because we use deodorant and we put it all back in, then that's what causes the bubbling to start to happen, the curdling to happen. Actually, that's the worst stage. And what happens is this tummy says, I can't take this anymore. I want to start taking that poison into different parts of the body. Different tissues. There's 7 tissues and those 7 tissues will then impact your mind, your thoughts. They will impact the way you walk, the way you talk, your concentration, everything. That's the point that people go for Panchkarma, but you don't really want to get to that point if you can avoid it. Now, go for Panchkarma by all means, but ideally, do it at home in a more steady way. Now, we're in lockdown.
Yeah, more regular way,
In a more regular way. You can do it in lockdown. So what you want to do is in lockdown, you don't want to go cold turkey, but you want to go slowly up and then slowly down again. Like reach a peak of being good in your mental and physical state, but go slowly and then slowly back to where you feel comfortable. So when you do Panchkarma at home, do try and give yourself a self-massage every day. That's really important. Self-massage is not for vanity.
No.
It's not for glossy skin, though that's a lovely byproduct. It really is to lubricate your internal organs and get everything moving.
Well, you have ghee, can't you? If you do self-massage after you've had ghee, for example.
That's one thing, yeah. But massage your body, massage your feet. Use our dome. Hello, darling. Hello. Our son's come out and thought, what the hell are my mum and dad doing?
In the garden.
And why is there sofa in the garden? We've actually bought, the sofa you normally see us on. We brought that out into the garden because it was a nice day, and then it was suddenly really windy, and then our neighbour was mowing
the lawn. Oh God!
And we said, do you mind not mowing the lawn for a bit? And bless him, he didn't mow the lawn. Yeah, so Gerald, hi Gerald, very good, exactly. So use our dome if you can, because that's what the dome does. It activates when you go and have acupuncture, what are you doing? You are unblocking those toxins. You're allowing the body to rid yourself of those toxins. So do that. So as I say, when you're doing it at home, every day give yourself a massage. Really go easy on dairy, on anything that's heavy for the body. Don't go cold turkey, but just go easy.
You have
light
khichdi, dal.
And even white rice, because it's easier for the body to digest. It may not be so nutritious, but it's easier for the body to digest, providing you're having basmati rice and then you're not having chocolate cake afterwards. Then you just defeat the object. It's not very Ayurvedic. But do have a sweet that is Ayurvedic, but that would be a natural sweet like jiggery. It would be a natural,
Jiggery's lovely.
like in a thali in India, what we call a thali, a plate. You have 6 compartments because in each meal you should have 6 tastes. You're not doing that while you're having Panchkarma, by the way. But generally, you'll see a little bit of pickle on a plate. You'll see a little bit chopped onion on a plate. You won't see a big bowl of chopped onion. It will be a tiny bit of pickle, because you want the sweet, sour, savoury, salty, astringic and pungent foods. You want all of those, but less of some, more of the other, and depending on your dosha, you will have more of one and less of the other. Anyway, the point of Panchkarma is when you wake up, if you are tired, that's your cue to start watching your diet. Really watching your diet. Really going
to self-analyze, really.
Self-analyze. Look at your tongue. If your tongue is grey and it has a furry coating, you have toxins in your body. It's not that difficult to rid them. So that's why this week I'm not now having chin. I'm having water because I recognize I want to feel better. You'll see in a way it's good because you'll see I'm not as vibrant and jumpy as last week. I was quite jumpy because I'd probably had too many tastes that were not good for me, and so there wasn't that calmness in me. And now you can still be calm and be vibrant.
You can,
but not manic. I don't want to be manic. Sometimes it's all right, but not all of the time. Anyway, that's a little bit of Panchkarma.
Yeah. I mean, just about Panchkarma is that the 5 treatments is basically the 5 ways of detoxifying, right?
Yeah.
And you have to say about Ayurveda is it is the way we do it is with nice smells and lovely oils and lovely treatments and stuff. But Panchkarma, it can involve things like vomiting. I always tell a story when I took my dad to the Bulgari.
Yeah, you've told that story on live.
Have I?
Well.
Oh, blimey.
May not have recorded, but we don't do the vomiting in this
we
country.
Really don't.
And I'm actually glad we don't do it.
I agree.
I think that's
but
quite
if you are
hardcore.
doing, but yeah, don't if you're doing it yourself, don't do the hardcore one.
No.
If you're doing it hardcore, then you need to do it with a practitioner.
Definitely.
And a residential course, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Or
you have somebody coming over to your home. Even in the UK, you can have that. Somebody who will come to your home and guide you through it and give you the treatment and then go home and come back the next day. Now, the thing about going to India is, I would say once a year, if you can go to South India, some part of India, and have a residential, it is good. Now, that's not possible at the moment. And the other problem is, if you leave here having had coffee and what have you, then you get on a plane where your body goes into a different time zone, so it's already in a bit of a mess because it doesn't know whether it's coming or going. Then you go straight for a hardcore treatment. Then you come back and you're at your desk.
Exactly.
That's not doing your body any good. So a far better way is not to want that quick fix and instant gratification. Go slow. When Bittu lost weight and changed his diet, he did it over a period of a year.
Yeah.
Maybe more. That's okay. You've got the rest of your life.
And then you just manage that, right?
Kaushal.
What are you trying to say, baby?
Gerald.
Oh, the Kaushal name means clever. Oh, blimey, thanks, Gerald.
That's Bittu's maiden name. My maiden name was Bajaj, and we're kind of industrialist in India, which is also quite clever.
Yeah, so
I didn't know
it's
that.
Important to have the warning signs early, right? So yes, by all means, if you can do a residential course, you can't at the moment, but if you at least measure the warning signs early.
Measure the warning signs, take your pulse, look at your tongue. Really, if there's a big furry coating on your tongue, your body has toxins in it. If there are ulcers on your tongue, or ridges, jagged ridges, that's a sign of too much vata in the body. And actually in the West, 70% of all diseases are vata related. So you have to watch that. Yeah. One good element, basic book on Ayurveda, by the way, is this one. It's called Sattvic. It's the wrong way round.
Sattva,
yeah, Sattva. And this is written by a journalist. She was with Psychology's Emily.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautifully written book that's really easy to understand. So if this is your entry level, I would really recommend this book. And a key point that Sattva makes, and many books make, is it's not too much about going into Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Yes, that is one area, but what you're always striving for is a sattvic diet, a sattvic way of living. I've said that before. Is that if you eat local, seasonally and organic, you don't have to worry too much about, oh my God, but is it right for my dosha? Once you're in balance, just eat a sattvic diet, live a sattvic diet, which means doing Bittu's breathing exercises. Thank you. I'm working on the book. It's very slow because we're so busy at work that every time I want to get to it, something else comes up. And as Gerald knows, we're working on a new product, which we're so excited about, that suddenly I start thinking about that product, or how can we improve what we've got. And hi, Mandy. Mandy did a beautiful yoga class for us. Mandy is with Hot Pot Yoga. Please look it up on IGTV. Such a beautiful, nourishing class. Do yoga.
Yes.
That is living a sattvic life. So it's not having to do a Jane Fonda workout. That's showing my age now. It's not having to really go over the top. It's living a peaceful, balanced, nourishing life.
Both physically and mentally, really.
Physically.
I mean, Ayurveda is to the body what yoga is to the mind, right?
Yeah.
And yoga is not just, downward dog
No.
and whatnot. It's meditation is Raj yoga.
A moving meditation. It's
Yeah,
moving.
exactly
Yoga is it's the knowing the self. It's moving from the self to the self, and
Yeah.
that's what you want to do. And so yoga's a part of it.
Well, also
Eating.
in the West we've taken yoga and made it almost like a form of aerobics.
Yeah, and it's really not.
And it does have immense physical benefits, but you have to try and meld the physical and mental together with yoga if you
Yeah.
can, right? Which
Yeah.
includes chanting, pranayam. You can do pranayam before you start your yoga practice, for example.
Yeah.
And it's trying and mesh the two and not just see yoga as a form of aerobics.
Definitely not.
And
you missed the point.
Well, you're literally just going through the motions, right?
Yeah.
And you're in a good class if the teacher then does a little bit of chanting or
We
does
said that
something.
last week too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's true, though, right?
It is true.
And it bears repeating, I think.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So you're in a good class if the teacher does a little bit of things other than just the physical. Your Manny's class was amazing last week.
Amazing. And they say like the hardest pose is shavasana, just the sleeping pose, the dead corpse pose,
corpse
because
pose.
we find it so hard to just be still. We find it so hard to just be.
Yeah.
And if you can master that one, that's my favourite pose actually. No, you know why I love that pose is I often lie there thinking, wow, is this what it feels like to completely surrender? And when we leave this earth, is this what it will feel like? Because man, there's nothing to be afraid of then. That is a phenomenal feeling. Really?
I guess so.
Do you wish I'd been drinking? I wish I was a bit more
So
up.
a lot of people said hello today.
Hello.
And Karen had a good question. She actually asked, Connect joined as well. Anita, you're a free spirit. That's
I am
why.
a free spirit.
Yes, that's why they were missing you for the Kapal Bhatti.
Yeah, thank you. I've got to be myself. Do you think it might be that lady that's made me a bit more placid this week?
Why would you let...
It hasn't actually.
And she had a good point as well, right?
She
thing
couldn't understand. But
Yeah,
then she
because-
has to look at our tutorial.
Well, maybe she came on live because the thing is, it is quite... Kapal Bhatti is quite technical.
Yeah.
With Nadi Shodhana, it's technical, but if you get it wrong, there's, you can kind of catch up. With Kapal Bhatti, because it's quite explosive, it's nice to do it with someone to set your pace and stuff and set your challenge as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, no, you absolutely... But join us on Tuesday,
I'm going to join.
And
guys, Bittu brought this book home. We haven't quite sussed it out yet, but in India, if you're going to marry somebody, if you're going to have an arranged marriage, the parents will go to the priest and say, this guy's married, born on this day, this girl's married on this day.
Born the same.
Are they right to each other? And the Vedic priest will look at the signs, the day you're born, the time you're born, and he will look and say, he'll do some funky stuff and tell you,
funky stuff.
they'll do some funky stuff and say, actually their relationship's going to be challenging because...
Would he say that, though?
Yeah, they would.
Blimey.
They would say they're not a good match because...
Wow.
Yeah. And if it's arranged, the parents might then say, in that case, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bittu found this book,
Yes,
His Father's.
that's Vedic love
Vedic
signs.
love signs.
I know, it sounds saucy.
So we haven't quite figured it out yet, but I love the visuals in it. The simple line
Yeah.
drawings, meaning and symbolism. So we're going to read it and we'll tell you how compatible we
Yes.
are. What this book will say.
That would be interesting.
That we
it'll
I
be
think
fine.
people who are not compatible can be really compatible, if you know what I mean.
Opposites attract.
Opposites attract. Yeah. Again, we mentioned this last week, yin and yang.
Did we?
But anyway, yeah.
I was here last week. I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
we did.
Okay.
We're getting old, and if we repeat ourselves, we don't remember.
Okay.
But guys, you might find this an interesting book, Vedic Love Signs.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that next week, and
we'll
do our own.
understand it. We'll do our own, and we'll tell you. And another really good book that I've got, an old book, is by Dr. Mustafa Ali. Now, can't say much about the bloke if I'm honest, but it's called the Integrated Health Bible. And what is good in here is that there's a lot on massage. There's a lot on.
Because self-massage, it's not. You kind of have to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You can get a nice feeling, but if you can find a more technical way of doing stuff, you get more of a benefit, really.
Preventing migraine.
Wow.
There's reflexology for the feet,
example,
the different points.
You can do face tapping to contact sinuses, right? So if you've got sort of a bit of congestion, which this time of year many of us have, I know I have a little bit. So if you can release the sinuses by the pressure points here, well, not really a pressure point, but to increase the cavity size by here, by pushing out, by tapping, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So Integrated Health Book by Dr. Ali is a good book that I would recommend.
Hello Karen, would love to know your daily routine involves.
So Bittu's routine and my, good question.
They're very
Bittu's
different.
routine and my routine are very different. Do you want to talk about yours first, Sam?
Yeah, so mine is pretty. I tried the meditation. Okay, that didn't really work for me. Okay, and so but I like the moment of stillness in the morning. So, as some of you know, I learned tabla. Right. The thing about learning tabla, and maybe any other instrument, is your hands can move faster than your thoughts. Right. So you can't really. You have to find a zone where you're not thinking about what you're doing. Not constantly, so I have to do this, then this, then this, then this, or this, but you can't let your mind wander either, right? So you have to be in this middle area where your mind is a blank. So you're not focusing on anything else, but you're not focusing on this either, right? It's a really strange sensation, and that to me is like meditation, right? In that you're fully present with what you're doing, but not really thinking about anything.
That's mindfulness.
Is that?
I'd say that's mindfulness.
But I thought meditation was also similar.
Meditation, it's a deeper zone. It's
Okay.
a deeper zone. You're really mindful and you're like that all day. So that is when you're really present, right? But meditation, you're not even present. You're beyond present. You're connected to the consciousness.
So maybe,
and in a way, you are when you play tabla, because you're so one with it in some way.
Yes, I am. So I do my tabla.
Yeah.
I always read something uplifting. Then I have to.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I have to then I have to prepare for my lives and stuff. Which is quite interesting. So my routine tends to be more of an evening routine. So having a smooth, maybe doing some sort of exercise, either kapalbhati or some sort of physical exercise. I like to use our products. I like to use the serum and I love the concentrates at the moment.
Yeah.
So I have a full skin regime. Then once a week I use the hair oil, and like I've used today, and the radiance mask.
Yeah.
Use that once a week.
And the beard oil every day.
Whereas you have more of a set in stone. You do you have your hot water and you do
Yeah.
your tongue scraping as well every day.
Yeah, I didn't know that you read. That's so
Yeah, I do.
interesting. Oh, you have to share what you're reading.
Okay.
So for me, it's wake up, have hot water with lemon. Then it is sit down to write my gratitude list for the day. Well, actually, that's normally when I'm in bed. I'll say, oh, thank you, I got up. Oh, good. My hearing still works. Oh, good. I've still got feeling in my hands. Blah blah blah. Oh, Bittu's still lying beside me. That's wonderful. No, it's nice.
Yeah, but I do see
So that's mentally.
she's lying in bed, looking at the thing with the eyes wide open, thinking about his stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of freaky. My God, what's going on? But yeah.
But I'm giving gratitude.
Yeah.
So then I'll go and have my water and lemon. Then I sit down to meditate for 20. Now I do 25 minutes.
Wow.
So just put on an app and
you sometimes do that twice a day, don't you? Sometimes.
I do it twice a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I find the evening one I enjoy even more generally. But it doesn't matter whether you enjoy it or not. It's still working.
Yeah,
Still
of course.
helping. So after the meditation, it's a physical written gratitude list. And when I'm getting dressed, of course, having a shower, what have you, it's tongue scraping every morning, oil pulling most every morning. And most every morning it's a little bit of oil in the nostrils, just on the fingertips, a little bit of oil there, a little bit of oil in the ears, and self-massage I don't do every day fully,
No,
if I'm honest, not every
we
day.
work to get to, right?
Yes, the self-massage I'll do on the weekend, a full self-massage both days, but in the week, in the evening it might just be my feet, and you do that too. And
Yes,
hands.
I do my feet whenever I can.
Feet and
That's
hands.
true.
And that is a morning...
Because there's lots of pressure points on your feet and your hands.
Exactly. So that's a morning and evening ritual.
One thing I forgot to mention I do is the neti pot. I forgot the famous neti pot.
Yes,
Which
you
I
were
do
going to
that.
show it this week,
No.
how to do it. No, you
yes,
said you were going to show
I will
it.
show it next week.
Why didn't
So
you show it? Yeah,
I'm
quickly.
going to
Get
grab my
it.
neti pot.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because it'll be empty, so it's good for people to see. I'm going to pick up... I've opened a page of Emine's book, so I'll read you a page from her book, Clarity of Intention. With practice, life can be a series of conscious acts where we harmonize our energies with that of the whole. Both sattvic and tamas are inert. Like intention, they are potential energies that rely on the motion of rajas to be... Oh, okay, so I think we spoke about this one. I won't read that because it might not make sense, but you have 3 kinds of energy, and I think we spoke about this before. You have the energy of rajas, which is the doing energy. That's what we need when we wake up and we get to work. We need that motion, we need that doing. But it can be, we can overdo it, we can overthink and overdo, but we need that. Then you have the tamas energy, which is when we're still and we're sleeping, and you need that to rest and recuperate. But too much of that will make us lazy and lethargic. Then we have the sattvic energy, where you're doing, but you're doing from a very conscious, gracious place. You're in action and it's calm, but you actually get much more done. That's kind of how you want to be all the time. That's sattvic. So there's no point me reading you that because you may not have been through those 3. But read up on those three energies. It's wonderful if you can do that. Just forgive yourself when you're not able to do that, when you're not feeling that. There's a lot of talk at the moment. There's so much going on in the world. And I was thinking about slavery actually the other day and how barbaric it was. And, in some ways, even in India now, we have servants and some are not treated very well. But the biggest crime is when we're slaves to our own mind, when we're slaves to our own habits, when we're slaves to our own way of being, and we know it doesn't serve us. But we mentally, physically, emotionally don't escape from this prison that we've made for ourselves, even though we have an opportunity to do it. We've got to watch that. So Bittu has come with his not being slaves to our own minds and our own bodies. We are the ones in control.
We are.
But sometimes we are like that.
So this is my famous Neti pot. Hello, Annie Marie. Greetings from This is a while ago, but I wanted to say this. Greetings from Helsinki. Thank you for your absolutely lovely products.
Oh, thank you.
Annie Marie Rinner. Okay.
You be you, Anita.
Ruhas. Hello, Ruhas store.
Thank you.
Emma. Hello, Emma. Yes, Emma's loving sharing the books every...
Yeah, I'm going to bring you more because at the moment I just quickly picked up what we had.
Yes.
And I'll put more thought into it next time.
But we will go through that, the very last one.
Yeah.
And Dayash says, Bittu, you play so well, or play so good actually.
He really plays so well.
Dayash, has he heard me play?
Maybe I don't know,
he was here for
you
Diwali.
Also, were you here for Diwali?
I don't know.
And you also, hun, you need to play. We said you'd play the tablas.
I will. Next up, I'm struggling to hear. It's windy where you are, but lovely. I'm able to catch up. Thank you. Hopefully the wind's died down now. Hopefully that's a bit better.
Oh, and I'm not speaking very loud today.
No, you're very soft.
I feel like I'm blocked.
Yes, gratitude, Mrs. Sattva. Gratitude is great. That's absolutely. We used to give gratitude at night, for the day, but in the morning, I think it's a real blessing as well. Usually in the morning, you give gratitude in the morning. Yeah. But, most people do it at night time.
And like you said, I do it throughout the day.
Yeah, I have spoken. In fact, this week I spoke about, people was about celebrating small wins.
Yeah.
Which is part of, a system to gratitude, really. So, yes, if you give gratitude at the start of the day, and really during the course of the day, so, every time you feel, just give it in real time if you can.
Oh, and can I tell you something? When we judge life and we say, oh, why did that happen? Like in every, something good happens and we celebrate, something bad happens and then we're like, we're upset about it. A seesaw. What if you just trust that every single thing that's happening is good, is for your higher self, you don't know how it's gonna work out. Like it's snakes and ladders. So you think, oh great, I've gone up the ladder. And then 2 steps forward, you go down the ladder. Or down the snake, is it? Snakes and ladders.
Yes.
But if you didn't judge it and you said, okay, I'm going down the snake, that's okay, because I'm going to come back up. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was working from home because my sister's here, and now I've gone back to the office to work with Bittu. And actually it's nice being back at the office, nice separating the house and the office. Anyway, I decided to work from home and I had a Zoom call in the morning. And then I knew I had another call after that. I assumed it was a Zoom call, but it was Skype. I don't have Skype on my laptop. So I darted off to the office to get there in time for this next call, thinking, oh, but I wanted to be home. But guess what? On the way to my office, somebody was moving house and they were giving away the most beautiful wooden shutters, window shutters. I mean, heavy, beautiful
Real wood, yeah.
real thick wood, not MDF, and they fit perfectly on our windows.
I know. Bizarre.
Now, it's incredible. Now, had I thought, damn it, I have to go to the office, what a pain, I'd never have had that gift. So all the time there are gifts waiting for us.
Yes.
All the times there are lessons waiting for us, even if those are not good lessons. In the end, they are good. So my point is that if we stop judging the moment...
What's that thing about treating them as imposters? You know,
Treat
success,
them, yeah.
success and failure,
Yeah.
or the ups and downs as imposters.
Yeah, and
you know?
notice it all, because it's quite juicy to notice things, isn't it? It's quite juicy to live fully.
Yes.
But don't be...
Don't judge them.
Don't be taken by it, because you
Yeah.
don't know what's around the corner.
You really
So, and this sounds easy coming from me, but it's happened to me. Let's say you lose your job. That's happened to me. When I was younger, I worked for Roche's Perfume. I was sacked from Roche's Perfume because I was such a loudmouth and I was so rude.
No.
Yeah, I was a
find that hard to
loudmouth.
believe.
This was one of my first jobs. I was 20. I met you then. I was
Yes,
21.
yes, I remember.
And I remember the sales director, he was a lazy so-and-so. And I would call him out on it, which me as a young secretary, I had no right to call him out on it, but I did. And one day he'd had enough and he called me into his office and very politely said, "The door's over there." Something like that. I don't remember the exact words. But I do remember at the moment, well, first I was like, we'll see about that, and I was a bit rude. And then I was a bit, I liked getting all those free perfumes, and it was kind of cool being there. And then I was sad, but so much opened up after that. So even with work, we're all feeling quite fearful at the moment, and it is going to be a bit of a choppy ride. But just breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe and trust.
The
Trust.
universe has.
Will provide, and it has
Well, has your best
enough.
intentions at heart. Yeah.
Has your best intentions at heart, and there is enough for all of us. There really is.
That is true.
So just trust. Neti pot.
Yes, Gerald was very excited about Neti pot, as am
Yeah,
I. So
yeah.
this is my Neti pot, okay? I've got a nice one, a stainless one. You can buy the cheapest chips. Really, what it's made of is irrelevant, really. You get a plastic one. So,
Does it matter, darling? If you had a copper one, would it be any better?
The thing is that the water's in your system. It doesn't stay. It's expelled, so the water doesn't stay in your system. So that really makes no difference. What does make a difference is what you put in the water. So the water has to be at body temperature, right? Not too hot, not too cold, but rather a little bit too cold and too hot, really. So tepid, body temperature to tepid. And you can buy various. People say you should use distilled water. Fine. I've been doing it for a while, so I just tend to use just tap water, really. And also you can buy sort of saline solutions to put in the water to make the passage easier. I use table salt. You know, you have to be a bit careful if you've not done it before, because you can, if you don't do it properly, or you start, using with maybe distilled water and an over-the-counter saline solution, people say you can get infections. I've never known that to happen, but apparently it can happen. But anyway, what you do, your Neti pot with tepid water, distilled water, with some kind of saline solution, and you stick this end up your nose, close. There's two ways. One is to stick up your nose and let it run out through the other side, okay? And when you first start, you'll find nothing's happened. So you put it up there, and nothing's coming out. That's all because you're so congested. But after a while, it will. Then that side, and do it the other side again. Out this nostril and out the other way, and then you can also then.
Will it dribble, hon? Would it be like a dribble?
Yeah, it's quite a messy procedure.
Yeah,
But
so you'd be over a sink or something.
Yeah, over a sink. Absolutely right.
But is it like are you only putting in a slight amount?
Well, when you do it this way, you're not actually pulling in at all. It's basically just gravity. It's just sort of as the water sort of builds up, and as the mucus loosens, it will sort of release and it will come out. Okay. Now, but if you want to pull, you put one.
If you want to
pull. So you can sort of you put there, close this nostril, and then sort of pull in through your sinuses and out through your mouth. It sounds kind of gross, right? But really, do try it.
What happens?
Well, so it really clears your passages.
Okay.
You find it much easier to breathe. And if you've not done it before, a friend of ours who had chronic problems with his sinuses, okay, and he tried everything. And we were on holiday, and I said, just try it.
Really?
You get one off half, right? just try it. And if you don't like it, you spend a few quid off Amazon. Even most chemists now have neti pots and solutions and stuff. And he tried it, and he said it was life changing for him.
Wow.
Right? So do try it. So you can pull as well and put it out through your mouth. The only thing to be careful of is that if you're going to work not long afterwards, is that you can get water dripping during the course.
Oh no!
So you have to make sure that you do drain any water. You can sort of stand over your sink, face down for a few minutes, turning sideways to try and drain all your water. Carry a handkerchief with you for the first hour and stuff, in case you do get. If you're at home, it's fine. But if you're out and about, do carry something just in case.
And apart from sinus, is there any other key benefit?
Well, no, because sinus causes so many problems.
Yes, that's true.
Because any kind of blocking causes migraines and so on. And I tend to do it just once a week. People do it more often. I think 'cause I've done it for a while now. Once a week is enough for me.
Before?
Yes, I had terrible problems with my sinuses.
Yeah.
So now
does it help with snoring and things like that?
Well, with snoring, it can. Snoring can either be to do with your palate,
and hay fever as
well, or it can be to do with a deviated septum. So because it loosens everything up, it makes everything less rigid. It can help with that. But but try it. If it doesn't help with snoring, you will get the benefit regardless. Diana. Oh, Diana.
Oh, hi, Diana.
Yeah,
how are you
hello.
doing over there? I hope things are picking up there, and there's some normality.
That is so true. There is a lesson, a gift value in moments and actions that occur to us. That is true. I do agree with that.
And can I just say, I want to say we're all here, right? And so some of us are just learning about Ayurveda. Some of us are, some of us have known about it for a while. Some of us are just learning. How cool is it that you're beginning to learn? Because now that you're beginning to learn, like with Bittu's Neti pot, you'll want to learn more and more and more. And suddenly, you won't need to go to the doctor that much. You just won't need it, because you'll know your body so well, you'll know your mind so well, that you'll just do what needs to be done.
Yes.
Oh, can I just say, I've just realised something. I'm feeling a little bit somber today, and I think it's not what that lady said. I'm not that silly.
No, of course it's not.
Of course not. And she made a really good point.
She made a very good point.
But nonetheless, I'm going to talk when I want to talk, right? Actually, my sister's been living here because she's, we told you before that when lockdown started, she'd just come from India
for work,
and now she's been stuck here. But finally her tickets come through and she's leaving next week. And it feels to me, she's my younger sister. We were so close, I can't tell you, like thick as thieves. But it seems to me I'm only just getting to know her again now, because she moved to India 14 years ago, and I feel like I'm just beginning to get to know her. And it takes me a while to really get to know, to open. Actually, I'm very friendly, but it takes a while to really get comfortable with somebody, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
And I'm just getting comfortable, and she's leaving.
It was good to have her. We didn't expect to have her this long. We were very blessed to have her.
But that's making me quite sad.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm happy for her that she's going home.
Yes. Well, she was her husband,
I'm going to miss her.
Yeah.
And I wish she lived in the UK.
And she's a great cook as well. So are you.
No, she's a better cook than me.
No.
She's a much more intuitive cook. She just doesn't even think. She cooks with love. She definitely cooks with love. She rustles things up like that.
Oh, Joe, so she puts Himalayan salts.
Yeah, I would put Himalayan salts too.
In the neti pot?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Salts,
I tell you for what, I've never tried it because they've got oil, you see. So the salt obviously is fine, but they've got oil on them as well.
Why have they got oil?
The Himalayan salts.
No, just normal.
Oh, yes. No, I'm sorry. Of course. Don't use our Himalayan salts.
Yeah. No. Yes. Normal.
Nor pig salts. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you know pig salt?
You know what? I never even thought about it.
Yeah, of course.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
gosh, I think I've been doing it such a long time the same way.
Yeah.
And then someone says something to you that's so obvious.
Yeah.
And you think, why didn't I do that?
Yeah.
Of course I should be doing that.
Yeah.
So the next one will be with pink salt.
Yeah.
Actually.
And we've got them. We use them for cooking.
I think that is a good because I've been doing it the same way forever.
Yeah.
And now it's a simple thing, right?
Yeah. Guys, if you've got any questions, let us know, because Some, you just missed. I was just talking about you.
No, she joined a while ago.
Did she?
Yes.
Some, I'm really going to miss you. And
Hi, Abby.
Abida, you're here.
Yeah.
Abida, it's so lovely to see you here. I'm really going to miss you, Swim. I'm feeling quite emotional now. And
She's only upstairs.
I know, but not for long. And Abida,
Abida's been a good friend for a long time.
yeah, adore you, Abida.
So
yeah.
the more I learn about Ayurveda, the more I love it. Plus, it's meant I meant to discover amazing while we're doing lockdown. Lockdown has been, we're talking about looking after yourself and self-diagnosing. Lockdown has been a good time for that because you can't really go to your GP. You haven't been able to for the last couple of months, right? Unless you've got something seriously wrong with you. And so you've had to kind of manage your own.
Yeah, and we can manage our own. That's the thing.
But it's kind of taught us, right?
Yeah, we can. And I bet people are looking forward to going to the dentist. So, like if you've got a pain in your tooth, emergency dentist open because my God,
so.
If you've got a pain in your tooth.
Well, there's always these news stories about people sort of pulling their own teeth out.
We did that with Millie, didn't we?
I think with kids, a lot of people do it with kids.
Yeah.
But yes, so lockdown has been quite good for people because you've had to self-diagnose. You've had to say, okay, I've got this thing wrong with me. I can't go to the doctor. How am I going to manage this, right? So don't let that stop. If you've been doing that, they say food is medicine and medicine is food. Okay, so if you can find ways to manage various symptoms, nothing hardcore, but maybe a light cold, or if you've got a mild headache, or you're feeling out of balance, if you can find a way to manage that, don't forget that you were able to find that, and don't
hold the key.
Yeah, you hold the key. Don't go back to the old way of just taking a pill.
Yeah.
If you can try and find a way to manage it through your diet, through exercise, through breathing, through meditation, hold on to that, because people have learnt those things in these last couple of 3 months because they haven't been able to fall back on the pill, from the GP. Don't let go of those. It's vital learning, and I'm hoping that's going to be part of the new order. Everyone talks about a new order.
GPs are only really, hospitals are there for emergencies. They are not there for the everyday. Don't use them for that.
They become
your
a
doctor
crutch.
can't know you in 5 minutes of analysing you. He can't know you, not for small things.
No.
So don't. And by the way, some people will go to the doctor because they just want someone to listen to them. They just want attention.
Yeah. Or just need someone to talk to, really.
They need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, find some other group to join, even if it's an online group.
Join us
where you have some autonomy maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's okay, but become your own practitioner. That's what they say in Ayurveda. You are your own best practitioner.
So Karen's asked, what was the name of the first book you spoke about today?
The first one I think was Sattva.
Yeah.
And Karen, this is a really nice, easy book. It's broken into chapters. It's short and really, really... It's
normally these books are very dense.
It's got some simple exercises that you can do. It's by Emine and Paul Rushton.
Yeah.
It's a really simple book. You could read that probably over the weekend, but you'll get a really good intro into Ayurveda.
Is it a how-to as well? So can you refer to it?
There's some practical things in here.
Let's read that.
Yeah.
It's just something. Basically, it talks about the doshas, okay, and one sentence about each dosha. We talk about the doshas, but here's one sentence, right? So the Vata dosha is characterized primarily by the wind, and to a lesser degree, ether, movement, airiness, lightness, and flight, which is perfect, right?
Yeah, there's more in the book actually.
So it starts off step by step from very simple concepts and builds up from them.
Yeah. So that is a really good book. And the one I mentioned, this Dr. Ali one, is an old book.
Is that Ayurvedic? Is that just general health?
It's integrated health, but a lot of it is Ayurvedic principles.
Well, it's got the foreword by Prince Charles.
Yeah,
who loves all that.
So this one is a really good one, as I say, for tongue diagnosis, for doing reflexology, many things. Next week we'll discuss a few more and we'll prepare them ahead of time. But now we're going to go, unless you have any last question. And love you, Jess. Lovely to see you here. Really lovely to see you.
Yes, I want to learn more about Ayurveda.
Yeah.
I think.
Look at our site. There's a lot there, and we're going to be adding more and more as the weeks go by. We're working on it now, and we will keep adding.
We will.
So if you've got specifics you want to know, ask the questions, and we will add.
Okay, this is a typo from Gerald. Your website is great with the fishes quiz. I think it's
dosha quiz.
I think it's great dosha.
Yeah.
We haven't got any fish quizzes on our site.
We might put a fish quiz.
We might.
There.
Now it's another great idea.
Said that.
Another great idea from Gerald.
Now you said that, we might put a quiz where you can discover if you like salmon, or prawns, or mackerel.
That's true.
But no, the dosha quiz is more helpful.
Thank you. A nice guys talked about panchakarma. Yes.
Yeah.
Panchakarma. You know, we kind of hear about it,
Yeah.
but you kind of, you know, you can eat them. There's this thing where you ingest rags, right? So part of, you know, hardcore panchakarma is to ingest a rag and then bring it out
To
with
make
toxins to make yourself sick.
Thank you, everyone.
You know?
Thank you, everyone. We're going to go now.
Yes. So we don't want to lose this live.
Yeah, we
Thanks
don't
for
want to
joining.
lose the
So we've
live.
got yoga tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Join me, and
Wednesday's
we've got
the cookery
So look out for the
class, yeah.
ingredients list online.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so that's a full meal. So you know,
Yeah.
you know, people. I know folks have been loving the cooking, so fantastic. Do join us for that. Me on Tuesday and on Thursday. We're going to ramp it up this week. So we're going to do a few more reps and just build up our Kapalbhati just to get, you know, because again, Kapalbhati is great release of the toxins.
Thank you for being so kind. Would like to be so kind to.
Would you write the names of the books?
Definitely. What we'll do is when we finish now, this will go on our feed, and we'll write the names of the books there for you. And so,
Hi, Tara. Bro.
Hi, Tara. Tara, you'll see this on our feed as well.
Yeah.
So never too late.
Never too late.
We'll write those books, and on our website in the weeks to come, we'll write a full book list
Yeah.
of, you know, starting when you're a bit more hardcore, which is a good one for herbs. We'll do all of that. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm longing to do it. It's all
One thing
coming.
we forgot to talk about today is we promised we'd talk about the sacred. It was too late now, but the sacred club.
Oh, we'll talk about the Sacred Club next time.
Yeah.
We also wanted to talk to you. It was Child Labour Awareness Week Day, just the other day, and we wanted to tell you a little bit about what we do.
Yes, with Harmony House, for
with
example.
children, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah. In the UK, it's Father's Day next weekend.
Yeah, Sunday.
Next
Sunday. Yeah.
So I think there's a special offer around various products. Look out for those.
Yeah,
For
beard
Father's
oil, I
Day
think,
gifting.
hair oil.
Yep.
Yeah.
So look out for those. So I think that's going to be a bit for
That's
us.
gonna
Before
be
we
it
lose
now.
it again, like we have done previously, we're going to end this. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Any questions, please do message us. You know, anything you'd like us to cover next week, do let us know. Join us tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday morning and Tuesday morning. Okay, bye.
Bye.